guys. So I just gave that a whirl for the first time and tried to record a little bit, and Hudson went nuts. Hudson is my Morkie, for those of you who haven't watched her earlier videos, and so she's in a little bit of a time now. But yeah, I'm excited to be doing this. I did a little bit of crowdsourcing to figure out what to talk about this time, because I've never done this before, so I'm brand new to all of this. So I asked some folks on Periscope to see what they thought. I asked the lovely Sarah Flanagan, of course, since she is really the expert of all of us. And we settled upon online dating. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about today. So where to start? Online dating. I guess the only place to really start for online dating is Match.com. So Match.com, I think everybody knows you have to pay, I want to say it's like $90 for 3 months or something along those lines. You have to pay to be a member, and then you get to meet these guys, you can wink at people, you get daily matches, all that jazz. I have to say, I have friends who found luck, found love, they found a lot of great things, but I personally don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like 2 years ago was a very different game, and a lot of people were on Match, a lot of people were doing that, we're having a lot of luck. Now everything is free, and there are like 50 apps out there that you can go on and do the exact same thing that Match would allow you to do. But you don't have to pay for it. It's easier. Match is more like, I don't know, Match is like snail mail compared to everything else that's going on right now, which is like AIM, I would say, or like Gchat or something, or even like texting with poor language, like TXTing, not even like TEXTINGing. So that's Match. Not a big fan. OkCupid is the other one. OkCupid has also been around for quite a while. OkCupid, I always thought of that as like, I don't want to say the poor man's Match, but maybe like the person who doesn't want to spend money on dating man's Match. Back in the day, OkCupid was kind of like Tinder 1.0. OkCupid was where you really went when you were just looking for something fast, maybe not too much commitment. All of my girlfriends were always like, if you meet a guy on OkCupid, that means he's cheap. He's just looking to find someone to hook up with, to go out with for a night. Nothing too serious, maybe. But now we have Tinder, and I think Tinder changed everything. I was actually in a relationship when Tinder came out, so I didn't really go through all of those growing pains that everyone else went through. I was in a relationship, and then I wasn't, and over the course of that time, all of a sudden, there were all these brand new apps, like you're single all of a sudden, and the world has changed. If anyone's seen Shawshank Redemption, you remember when the old guy gets out of jail, and I think he's been in jail for like 50 years or something, and he gets out and he looks around on the street, all these cars are whizzing by him, and he's like, the world went and got itself in a great big hurry. Well, that's kind of how I felt about dating. So that's kind of what I feel like Tinder did. It revolutionized everything having to do with dating. All of a sudden, you could just hop onto an app and make completely superficial judgments about people, swiping right, swiping left, and you have a million different options, and you don't have to pay anything, and there's no time commitment involved. And you can have a conversation with somebody where you can just go ahead and swipe right, you can match with them, you can be like, hey, what's up, what's going on, you want to meet up? Yeah, it's Saturday night at 2 a.m. What's going on? Are you out? I'm out. Are you in my neighborhood? I can see you're in my neighborhood because I can also tell where you are. Fun fact, I have friends who go on to Tinder, and if they're dating a guy, they'll, one, check to see how recently he's been active. Word of wisdom out there to you guys who are going on Tinder dates. If a girl is smart, she probably knows what's up, and she can tell how actively you're looking for somebody based on how often you're on Tinder. So there's that, and then there's the stalking element. I've had guys be like, hey, like you say that you live in XYZ neighborhood, but I actually see that you're like 3 miles away. How is that possible? And I'm like, you're very creepy. And I am not going to go on a date with you, but thank you for giving me a heads up as to what people may or may not be looking at on these sites. My favorite activity and my friend's favorite activity is we go out to bars and I hand over my phone to them. I tell them my type. Most of them already know my type, but I tell them my Tinder type, which is slightly different from my real world type, because you have to be a little bit more careful and a little bit pickier. You know, like, usually I don't go for the really preppy guys, but on Tinder, I'm going to err on the preppy side. So I'll hand over my phone to them. I'll let them do the swiping, let them do all the hard work, let them throw down some fun, like, pickup lines or whatever, because apparently that sees a lot of success when the girls are the first ones to make the move. And then I reap all the benefits, and then my friends get some great stories out of it. So, win-win situation. Let's see, what else? Happn, super creepy, even creepier than Tinder, because unlike Tinder, where one of kind of the unspoken, unsung benefits of Tinder is you can see where people are and you can make sure you're matching with people who are close to you. With Happn, that is literally the purpose of it. Is supposed to match you with people who you walk by on the street. So I have my extremely broken phone right here, and even though the screen is demolished right now, it can still tell me on my Happn app, which I actually don't use anymore, sorry Happn, but if I did have it on, it could tell me who was walking by on the sidewalk right now. That being said, the quality of people, not so much. And then we have Hinge. Hinge is actually my current favorite. Hinge shows you friends of friends on Facebook. I like Hinge a lot because I feel like it gives you similar types of people. I don't know. Usually you can assume the people who you're friends with on Facebook, well, unless you have a lot of random friends on Facebook, in which case you should probably have fewer friends on Facebook. So it's probably going to show you people who you'd get along with, because if you like your friends, chances are you'll like their friends too. Or at least you'll like them more than the people who are walking by on the sidewalk, in front of your apartment, in front of your office building, in front of the clothing store, where you might be shopping, in front of the place where you're getting brunch. But yeah, so that's kind of my 2 cents there. I guess there's also Coffee Meets Bagel. I guess that's the other one. I had that for a little while too, ages and ages ago. You only get 1 match a day. I don't want 1 match a day. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to go into an app to only look at one person who chances are I'm not really gonna like that much. No offense to all the guys out there on Coffee Meets Bagel. I'm sure you're all lovely people. So what do you guys think? What are your favorite dating apps? I have some great horror stories from my dating app meetings that I can potentially maybe share someday, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure you guys do too though, so yeah, what do you think? Let me know. And I am one of the 3 blondes, and that's my 2 cents.